back to the Inner Circle. I'm Tyler Phillips.
Yeah, I'm Ben.
And I'm Lawrence Algie.
And today we're talking about a movie that I always found on YouTube because I was searching for an old name, and it's called The Circle. This movie is starring Tom Hanks, Emma Watson. Yeah, not really. I can't remember what's his name, but I know his character name is Stetson. Short guy.
Patton Oswalt?
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
But this one, I was intrigued by it. It was a cool concept, and reading the description on Amazon Prime, it looked like it was going to be amazing. I was kind of mistaken. A little bit.
I was really concerned when you said last week we were going to be watching this because I had never seen it, but I knew about it. I knew about the 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice about that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's bad.
Yeah, especially for a Tom Hanks Emma Watson movie, you'd think that would be like golden pair.
Yeah, there were no, apparently, outside of LA and New York, apparently there were no critic screenings for this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was like they tried to keep it. You don't need to see
Yeah,
this.
I understand why now.
Oh my goodness.
But, so to start the movie off, it's Emma Watson's character is in a bad situation. Her dad has MS, and she's just having a tough time. Well, she gets a job interview at this company called The Circle. And The Circle has a lot of technology aspects to them, and they're like a social media thing. I don't even know what they are.
I was never sure what they did.
That's another thing. You're never sure what they are.
They're kind of like a tech company, but also a social media company.
Yeah.
So it's like, I imagine it as Google meets Facebook.
Yes. Because they mentioned that everybody has a Circle account. They're making these cameras that they can put anywhere, and that's the start of it. But they also monitor, so I'm guessing it's Facebook, Google, and NSA.
Sure.
It's weird, but it was cool. Their tech looked cool. Their campus looked cool. I would love to work there.
Yeah,
This is amazing.
Yeah, really slick production design.
Oh, yeah.
Location and everything, yeah.
It was definitely well planned out. And this company is, the head of it is Tom Hanks, and he's showing up all these new technologies. I feel like that's his only purpose for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Show off what's new and be just head guy, because he does nothing else for this whole movie.
Nope. He is a very charismatic actor, and he was kind of flat because he had nothing to work with. He didn't have a character. Nobody had a character in this movie.
Honestly, no.
Can we just get into critiques? Because this movie, it didn't even feel like a real movie to me. I mean, in the first 10, 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, it's not really interesting, but whatever. But as the movie kept going on, I was realizing there's no conflict in this movie at all. It's like they start setting up the ideas of, there's too much, not enough privacy,
Mm-hmm.
too much, we're looking too much at what people are doing and stuff. But even that, it didn't feel real because all these people are we're told billions of people are yeah, we like The Circle, we like this, and everybody was like a cartoon.
That, and they never build with it. I mean, they're like, there's not enough privacy, but they never go anywhere with that. You never actually see that there's not enough privacy anywhere.
Yeah, there's no tension, there's no build-up.
It definitely, I don't know how to put it. It's it was intriguing to me, and I was getting into the movie. I was like, okay, this one character, the black guy who plays in the new Star Wars movies, Boyega. He was being an interesting character, and I was like, okay, he's setting up for a rebellion, blah blah blah.
Yes.
He had a character, seriously, that his real character, the person he really was, went off the grid, and he's actually acting as a double agent or something. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
we're never gonna touch it
all those
ever
shots,
again.
They had so many shots of him, when Emma Watson was up on the stage. You have him over here, and he's just watching her, ooh, he doesn't approve of this. He's against this whole thing.
Does nothing.
At the we're not in spoilers yet, but let's just say the finale, he does a thing, and it's off screen, and where he does, okay, I did this thing I told you to do, and that was his whole purpose.
Yeah,
that was his entire purpose in the movie.
And I mean, they were setting it up. I was interested. And we're just going to jump into spoilers here because at the end, in the end, it's just literally Emma Watson saying, hey, guys, we're going to leak all of your stuff now. You don't have the privacy. Boom, movie's over. I'm like, what?
I was so shocked when it ended because there wasn't a finale. There was no conflict in the movie and no
Nothing.
resolution.
It's literally just Tom Hanks going, we are so screwed. And then it's over.
And it's supposed to be like he's the villain and they just screwed him, but he wasn't because he was never in the movie.
Exactly. They barely touch him, and I did not like that part. He just seems like the authoritative dad who just wants to be good to his kid but never wants to be a part of his life. It's like, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Mary.
I think
Drinks his coffee.
I think the problem with this movie is the plot requires you to focus on all of the characters, but the movie only focuses on Emma Watson's character, May.
Yes.
Because if you look at the plot really wants you to look at Tom Hanks' character, because obviously at the end, you're like, oh, obviously they've been doing some bad things. And there's a little hint that they were spying on people earlier, because they were like, oh, how do you think they found out this governor was doing these bad things? And you're like, I don't know. How did they find it out? Don't you think it's a coincidence? Probably not, but we don't know because we're not going to get into it.
Yep.
They require you to focus on John Boyega's character because he's like the inventor of the circle.
He's the interesting one. He's the one
Yeah.
that seemed like he's supposed to be the guy that we're intrigued by.
Yeah.
But we never really, he comes in for like, what, 3 scenes? 1 scene, he's not even actually in the scene, he's just in the background like,
Yeah.
Yep. And then there's that one moment at the end, the last scene, and he just runs off stage, and we assume it's him turning off the lights and everything.
Did he do that?
I assumed. We don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
To make it better, sure. But yeah, this movie, it was going somewhere.
Did you ever notice the logic behind some of the things, like where the camera, like how Emma Watson had a camera right here, and yet when they're in the meetings, like the camera's like moving around like she's turning her head, and yet she wasn't? Did you notice that?
No.
The logic behind the placement of the cameras and just, if don't watch the movie
I didn't
again,
go that
that's not what I'm saying, but if you ever do, just pay attention to that because it's awful. Throughout the entire movie, there are cameras showing things that, like,
Yeah.
what you're showing me, where the camera is, we shouldn't be seeing that. It makes no sense.
Yeah. So Emma Watson's character, I guess volunteers to have her whole life out there, and it's kind of weird because, I mean, I even heard that this is still in the book, the book that this movie is about. And she turns on like to talk to her parents, and it's just them having sex, and it's like, whoa, no, was this even okay? Like she would have to immediately be told, hey, take it off, we can't have that anymore.
Did the parents know the camera was there?
yes.
Why? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so then why would they do that?
You think they would have found somewhere in the house there were no cameras? Or they were just
They-
turning them off?
They assumed it was for like their protection, I guess, for him and MS. But I guess they assumed that she wasn't gonna just pop in on them because she had popped in on them before, but I don't know.
You still think they would have turned it off? Because obviously they know how to turn them off. Because later on they're like, "Oh, you turned your cameras off." They're like, "Yeah, we're not into this." You think they would have just turned the cameras off if they knew you're about to, like, you know, your daughter can just pop up at any time.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you turn off the camera before you start doing things?
Yep. Can we talk about how creepy these things are when she goes to present Soul Search, and they're just finding a criminal,
Yeah.
and these people are like treating it like social media, like a Pokemon Go kind of thing. I found it, and it's like, okay, you just found someone that killed her 3 kids 20 years ago, and you got her locked up. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, that whole scene was just kind of melodramatic because, like, just the way. Did you notice how? This is another thing I'm talking about with the camera placement. Did you notice how when that woman that they found was running away, they're like, "Stop her!" And there's just people filming her running by, and they didn't do a thing.
Exactly. It was more like just a contest or something. I hate it.
That's why it didn't feel real. These people, everybody's in support of this. Like she sends out, "Find this criminal." Everybody's like, "Yeah, we'll find her." Hey, May, I'm here, and I think this is. First off, how did they know when this person, where were they? When the criminal,
In a lodge room or something, yeah.
Okay, yeah. When this person was like, "Hey, I found," how did they know to specifically cut to this person's camera, like in the world, to put her camera up on the screen?
I guess it was analyzing each of the pictures, and it was like, here, this is the person. We're gonna cut to their specific feed.
They didn't have a picture of her yet, though. She just had the camera set on her face, saying, "Hey, I think I found her." And how did they know?
I have no idea.
The whole thing. If I should have made a list because I was like in my head watching the movie, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It's just filled with stuff like that. And I need to briefly touch on that scene where he drove off the bridge.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. The friend, he was being chased by so many people, and I hate it because he was just trying to be himself. And like, what the heck did he do? He went hunting.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
Yeah, that scene where he comes and he's like, I didn't want to call you. I wanted to see you in person. People are telling me I'm a deer killer. That is some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
His line delivery was so bad in that scene.
I mean, being from the South, deer killer? No, it's just you went hunting. Like, we see that all the time.
I know, I don't understand.
So, it was really just, like, so confusing to me. I don't get it, and I don't get why he was running away from it. I don't get why people were chasing him.
I like how when Emma Watson goes kayaking alone at night, there just happens to be a camera right there when she went by it. That's just another thing in my head. I have a list in here. There's just so much stupid stuff.
Because apparently that's how the government is tracking everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But,
this movie's a mess. It's a complete mess.
It is. And I honestly don't know how I feel about this movie, because it was a good story. If we just had a director's cut where they changed the ending, I'd be happy.
Oh God, you gotta change like most of the dialogue for me. The acting is very stiff from everybody.
I like the acting, actually. I don't know.
I mean, Tom Hanks is good, John Boyega is good, but I found Emma Watson to be really stale, kind of flat.
Yeah, she is.
The scenes where she like walks into the circle for the first time and she like looks up at something, she so obviously was told, look up and be amazed. Like it didn't go that extra mile of acting where you forget that you're watching acting. Like I know this is a person that's acting.
Mm-hmm.
Not her best role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not her best role. Mm-hmm. But let's wind it down here real quick and get our scores. So I'd give it 5. No, on your scale it would be a 3.
This are we gonna get to me now?
Yeah. Go.
So you just say 5. Okay, 2.
2.
This movie did nothing for me. It's the production design, like I said, the look of it's kind of sleek, but there's nothing else. The editing, the acting, the writing, everything. There's no conflict, no resolution. It's not even a real movie for me, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm giving it 5 is because, like, that's IT. That's what I do. And it's just a cool concept that I think that it could be tweaked just a little bit and be a great movie. That
scene where she's on the stage and, like, they're tracking the people, it just was poorly done, but in the hands of a different filmmaker, that could be so cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm only giving it 5 because it could be done right. Lawrence?
I'll also give it a 5 because I feel like the concept itself has so much potential.
Yes.
The movie did not do great, but the concept itself, you could take that concept, do it in another movie, and it could be a really good movie. It could be an amazing movie.
Exactly. So, Steven Spielberg, get on it.
Yeah, no Hollywood, we're going to get a remake in like 2 years. They're already remaking Pirates of the Caribbean, apparently. So.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is out.
Yeah. So.
I'm not going to do this. No, not again. After the last one, I don't want to see another Pirates movie ever. But, alright guys, so that's it from us today. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time. So, bye.
We find ourselves in a place just right.